It is like, it's quite posh, isn't it, this area though? Like, it's not, you know, I mean, it is quite really well to do sort of thing. It's funny that YouTube business, it's become a sort of a little hobby. Sounds a bit crazy, really.
What about editing?
It takes forever.
Yeah.
I'm not joking, mate. It's horrendous. Yeah. You would not believe the time it takes. It's not so much artistic decision making. It's decided, because I sort of blather on. Yeah. And I just cut out all the, well, I was going to say all the rubbish, there wouldn't be anything left, but the sort of, you know, the worst of it,
you keep the least rubbish. I
keep the least rubbish in. But to decide which of my various ramblings is more rubbish than the others, it's not a straightforward job. You've got to sort of put music to it. Because otherwise, I don't know, it just seems to work better. I think you can do copies, cover versions, I think.
Right.
I think. But definitely not the original artist. You'll be, no one does. They don't even, it's gone to the point now, I don't know how much YouTube you watch, but it's gotten to the point where YouTube, for sort of content creators, if you call them, filmmakers, actually, if they go into a shopping mall with with music,
they're quieting it down.
They have to turn their volume off because even hearing it as a background,
it's algorithm.
It's
the robot that will be set.
It will get their video cancelled. So I've never even thought about that actually. But on the canal, you don't hear music, do you? That's the thing. In the summer, do you know? I tell you, when you hear music on the Llangollen, there's quite a few boats go past. In the summer, playing some tunes.
I like this cobbled road.
What was this? Because this is crazy, isn't it? What's this doing in the middle of nowhere? Like, is this some kind of ancient road? Because it goes under the canal, but like, it's cobbled, and this is even older. This bit, or is it? But you know, this wasn't made in the last 150 years. And could it be related to the canal trade? Do you know something? I've got to be honest. I know I sound like a Philistine, but I can't really get interested in the canal history. I know you're meant to sort of worship it. I don't even like those trad boats.
I know.
Honestly. There's one with two necks. Why not necks, by the way?
I don't know.
Well, that's nice, isn't it? Is this the Weaver?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not.
And a mill, look, Bollington Mill.
The Weaver passes through there.
It is more of this history you were talking about. Yeah. That's Bollington Mill. That will actually be a mill working, whatever that. Yeah, a proper water mill.
Down there. That's interesting to walk around the grounds. I might do that tomorrow. Actually.
Yeah.
This is known as Brick Kiln Lane.
As what?
Brick Kiln Lane, I think.
Brick Kiln?
Brick Kiln or something like that.
So you imagine there was a brickworks maybe or something?
Be down there, and I think they've got a shop. It'll be closed now.
Well, I tell you what, matey, listen, much as I love a bit of an evening sharpener, you know, I suspect our main focus has to lie in this direction.
I think you're right.
Because you can, well, to be honest, no, I don't mind.
Yeah.
And it's a nice evening.
I just thought I'd show you this, right? Yeah, we've got done a massive hall.
Yeah, that's fabulous. Where's the pub? No, I'm joking, mate, I'm joking. So that's the way in anyway, at least I know the way in. Because, you know what, to be honest, I've got a couple of little things I want to try and sort out while I'm on the Bridgewater. Yeah. But I think I've only got until Thursday. So I've got to kind of shift. And
you could always pay the evil empire 40 quid to
stay on a bit. Do you know, if it was 40 quid for a week,
another week,
I'd be tempted to do that. I actually am tempted to do that, mate, I'm telling you. So, and the other thing is, it would also give me a chance to pop into Castlefields. Just for a night, maybe.
I'll be there, yeah.
Yeah, because you're going, aren't you?
Castlefield, yeah.
You're going to stop. Are you going to stop overnight, do you think? Or
Castlefield, yeah.
yeah. So if you don't get killed, I'll go then. If you get killed, let me know. Just say they're killing me or something.
Do not.
Yeah. Help, yeah. No, but, you know, so I'm sort of in two minds. I think it might not be a bad shout to visit Castlefield, because it's that kind of place. It's so different to anything I've seen before. I'm tempted, you know. Yeah, that should be recorded. How cool is that? But
Oh, nice.
hello, viewers. Say hello to the viewers.
Hello. Hello, internet.
But no, to be honest, right, I won't like stick this on YouTube as such. What I might do is just
You
sort
want
of
to do
take.
the interview, don't you?
Well, I was one of the things I wanted to do, but I don't want to waste time in a pub, like doing some blag interview, because I know I know sort of your story anyway. So I don't want to waste time with that. But what I will do is, if you say anything funny, I'll put it on the YouTube video. So
okay.
probably there won't be much footage.
So
But if
you'll
you
be
do,
just recording and then...
yeah, I'll just record
the
that random.
highlights, yeah.
If you say anything
Yeah,
funny,
the
I'll record.
Right,
I'll stick
okay,
that on a
you'll
YouTube
stick that
video.
on, yeah.
So probably won't happen, but if you do,
Yeah.
it might happen. So, but don't be shy. Don't be shy. You know, because you were hilarious up till he was hilarious up till 30 seconds ago.
Right.
Now he's just dried up.
I've used up all the jokes, all two of them, yeah.
But no, just what I'll do a little video about how I was visiting sort of, you know, this place where Bollington, whatever it's called. And I'll just stick in like 30 seconds of snippets of little conversations. You know what I mean? It won't be like the full. Don't worry about that. I'll stick everything in. No, I won't.
For your 400, what is it, 450?
440 subscribers. Yeah, I lost one today.
So
Someone's been cheesed off of me.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Subscribe. He wants 500. You want to get to the big 500?
I want the let's smash that like button. You know, do you know what? I'm really not that frustrated. The thing about it, right? I'm a terrible YouTuber because I'm not actually that fussed. A, because I'm rubbish at it, but B, and I think it's one of the reasons I'm rubbish because I'm not that fussed. I don't want to do like a big showbiz kind of. Hi, folks.
You're not reliant on the income. Are you?
No, and to be honest, right,
Not
here's the
trying to
thing:
make a living out of
there
it.
isn't that much income in it. I'm sorry, folks, but there just isn't.
No.
The Canal.
Get a
The
shelf
people who
stacking job at
watch.
Tesco. Is
Yeah,
easier.
I'd make more money stacking shelves. I'll be with you next winter stacking shelves, mate. I'm
Stacking
telling you.
shelves at Canford.
I'll be up on the Lancaster stacking shelves. I'm telling you, absolutely, and I'll be bloody glad I was doing it. No,
It's probably over 11 quid an hour now. You know,
yeah,
next winter.
you won't get it. You get like 11 pence an hour.
11. Yeah.
But the thing is, right, there just aren't enough people watching these things. There's not enough viewers. The viewing numbers aren't there. It's a tiny sort of market. He's a lovely dog, isn't he? Yeah, he's a beauty. Have you never fancied a dog, Richard? People ask me that.
Not really.
Is it the hassle factor?
I like other people's dogs and other people's children.
Yeah.
But it's too much.
Well, do you know what? I think kids. I would disagree on, because kids are one of those things that you think they're going to be a massive pain, and they are.
Yeah.
They're a massive time commitment. You know, but having said that, you know, I'm being a bit hypocritical because I divorced, and you know, my kids live with my ex-wife, and she brought them up. You know, I only saw them once a week and all that. So I'm being hypocritical talking about that, but in the early years, I did have that. So I'm aware of the massive time commitment. But you don't mind it. You don't mind it at the time. You don't mind doing that with them. It just feels like the right thing to do. And I think with dogs, no, do you know something? With dogs, you don't mind. If you had a dog, you wouldn't mind. I bet you any money. When you've got, I was never a dog person, right? But with my ex, who I lived with in Newcastle, we had 3 dogs, and honestly, they were a massive nuisance, like a lot of the time. But they're so quirky and lovable. You can't help it. You just, But do you know what puts me off? It's bills and it's laziness. So you'd have to walk the dog twice a day for like a mile or more. And as soon as anything goes wrong, the dog gets a cough or a sniffle, and you don't know what's going on, down to the vet. Yeah. Every time we took one of ours, it was 200 quid.
You think the Eberspacher...
Yeah, you think your Eberspacher is a problem.
Yeah.
Every time we took one of our dogs to the vets, without exception, it was 200 quid before we even walked in the door. And with 3 dogs, you are visiting occasionally.
Should have become a vet.
Yeah, it's...
Should have become a solicitor or a vet.
A vet, to be honest, a vet, you could do, a vet would be... It's a licence to print money, a vet. And that's why it's actually more difficult to become a vet than a doctor, isn't it? I believe it's more difficult.
Really?
People talk, I'm sure I've heard it, Because... It kind of makes sense because of all the species. Doctors have only got to learn one species, physiology.
True, yeah.
Vets have got
all sorts.
Everything from a python. Well, anyway, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I know a woman. I worked with a woman, not directly, but I was aware. Worked with her briefly.
Yeah.
And she remortgaged their house to pay for the dog's operation on a dog's leg.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you're going up the Huddersfield Narrow Canal. Yeah, that's your thing. That's right. Now, first thing is that's reputed to be quite a difficult one. I believe loads and loads of locks, and some of them are stiff and difficult, and so that's going to be graft that.
Yeah.
But so where are you going after you've done that?
Well, to York.
Ah, right.
I'm on my way to York.
So you could do the Leeds and Liverpool and go to York.
I could, but the swing bridges put me off as a single handler.
Yeah.
Give me like the stiff locks.
Yeah.
Go with that. Faffing about with swing bridges.
The thing about swing bridges that scares me is the fact that you've got a queue of cars 100 yards long in some parts within 5 minutes.
It's not so much that because the box is on the landing. It's the ones, I've heard you can't open up bridges if it's too hot. The manual, it's more the manual ones really. But you're right with the electronic ones and the queue of cars. Because when I went through Plank Lane, you'd open it and then you'd go through and then get off the boat and then you close it. And there's a good delay. There's a bit of a delay at Plank Lane in Lee.
And you're stood there.
And you're going, please. You're just delaying normal society. Please.
You feel like,
and
you can see the hatred. You can always feel the waves of hate from the drivers. Because I've done the same thing.
Because when you lay about, I've got places.
Yeah. You bloody drop out with your boats,
Your boats, jobless.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be in work at your age?
I was going to say, do you ever get that off of people, or do people? Because you do work for a third of the year.
The worst I had was when somebody asked if another boater asked if I had where you moored. I said, I don't have a mooring. And he said, you're a so-called continuous cruiser. Oh God! And I said, well, I am actually.
A so-called.
Yeah. He lived in
a marina.
And then he went on about how he'd been boating since 1970, whatever, before it got popular and
They're in the minority, so that's one good thing. But I met one guy down by Nantwich who I was trying to reverse and I was struggling a little bit to get away from the water point. He said, what is it? Oh, yeah. And he went, they're rubbish them, Yeah, honest to God, yeah. There are all sorts of problems. The swim's too short on them, they won't reverse and all that. And I'm like, well, yeah, I know that, but rubbish boat. So, and then he points out his thing and he said, now there's mine. As if to say, there's a proper boat. And it was one of those ones, an imitation trad with fake rivets. Because he told me the name of the maker, and I looked it up, and they build them with fake rivets. Yeah. But that's the thing, it's the ultimate cosplay. It's it looked very traditional. I don't mean trad as in working boat, the proper working boat. So it was like an imitation trad. And it was probably about 6 years old. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't historic. It just looked like a historic boat. But then, he acted as if
the conversation should continue after that point. And I think he was surprised about 30 seconds later, because my boat was there and I was about to leave anyway. I would have had a conversation, but I thought, well, I'm not having one now. So I just went, anyway, well, listen, lovely talking to you, mate. You take care. And, I just disappeared because I'm not going to listen to any more of that nonsense. I didn't say stuff you or anything rude. I just said, nice talking to you, mate. I've got to get going, so see you later.
Unless it's something absolutely obscene.
Yeah.
Don't argue with another boater, because chances are you'll meet them again.
Yeah, exactly. I always follow that rule. I never.
Unless it's something completely.
Yeah, and really stupid that they do. Cheers, thanks.
I don't know.
There's things they do that annoy you, but that's not argument territory.
I had. It was. I went round that corner and there was another boat on the aqueduct, so I was like, I'll hang back. And he was continuing to go towards me, and it's like, oh, bugger, I better sound my horn, or something. And I started reversing, and he looked up and, oh, bloody hell, he was like, oh, sorry, I didn't see it. Right, yeah.
So he wasn't even looking?
He was like he looked a bit distracted.
In fairness, right,
don't worry about it,
I don't mind those guys, because we all make mistakes, and if someone goes, oh, sorry, I didn't
that's it, that's what I'm saying.
No
it's
problem with that.
It's whatever.
Who hasn't it's the ones who do it out of arrogance, they're the ones I don't like. Or, like what you said, someone saying to, what was it, a so-called continuous cruise.
So-called continuous.
Wow.